Rumors can be easily manipulated. It's gonna be a little hard to get back into voices with bread down my throat. Passing from one person to another, assumptions and errors mixed in. But they also hold a hint of truth. Miss Moe, do you know anything else about it? As my voice coach would say when going to singing classes, do not eat bread before you come in. Bread and butter, not a good mix when you need to do anything with your voice. Just info for you guys. I think I probably got my mark when I was investigating Hanahiko at H Elementary School. She did. Because I went in one day after scarfing down some bread and butter, and I had problems. It was harder to sing. This has got to be some sort of clue. I should ask her more about it. Excuse me. Why were you at H Elementary? My big dream is to write about the occult, so I'd love to see a ghost. I found this article in a magazine mentioning Hanahiko was seen there. I figured that place would be easier to sneak into than a regular school, since it's been closed down. Was Hanahiko there? I don't think so, but I can't really say for sure. I went to the mirror, but a shiver suddenly ran down my spine. I got spooked and left. She's got promise. When did you notice the mark? I noticed it later in the bath. A strange scar was suddenly on my thigh. It really surprised me. I realized immediately that it had to be what Professor Kujo wrote about. I know later we get to see like her chest in her bra and stuff, and I'm just like wondering where the hell those boobs are right now. Because really, I feel like they gave her a big, tits just for that one drawing they do of her, and like they're nowhere else to be seen. I think I have a handle on what happened. No way to know for sure about the ghost. But there's no denying she had the mark after returning home from H Elementary. Then maybe. I don't remember the voice I gave him. What was it? Tsukasa glanced down at his left hand. Mine might be from Hanahiko, too. I noticed it after I got home from T Elementary. That ghost was seen a lot at the schools in H City, right? I think it's Instaboob, because, she didn't have, they were pretty full in the one drawing we're gonna see later, versus if she has them in there, they'd be sagging down to about here on her right now to be in that shirt. Maybe he's remembered something. I better ask him some questions too. T Elementary? I go to school there. You've probably heard of it since it's the top-ranked elementary school in H City. When was that? Maybe around sunset. I was heading home until I realized I forgot something and turned back. Did you see Hanahiko? No, and I didn't get chills or anything either. Oh, but I think I passed a mirror. I went to the bathroom before going home. I don't think he knows anymore. Their stories are pretty similar to the Hanahiko rumors. It can't be just a coincidence. You must investigate the places where Hanahiko appeared, for their sake as well as yours. That's all well and good, but what exactly am I investigating? Death and life coexisting. If the mark originated there, then a way to erase it will also be there. You must find it. Find the key you need to break the mark's curse. That is the only way to escape. And all of a sudden, a huge burden was dropped on my shoulders. It seems that Hanahiko appeared at 2 schools. Where will you investigate? Yeah, that's probably wise. They'd arrest you on spot if you tried to sneak into a regular school. A middle-aged man who can't recall his name, let alone address or job title? I'd have no excuse if I got caught. Want to get going, then? Let's do this. Wait, you're coming too? Of course. I haven't given up on seeing Hanahiko yet. She grins at me. Is she really strong, or is this blind optimism? I'm going too. Hey, not you two, seriously? My life's on the line here. I don't want the reason I die to be because you messed up something. That's pretty bold. Good thing you're cute. Don't say that either if you're going to an elementary school. But to bring a kid along with me is... I understand your hesitation, but the mark does not discriminate, stealing lives of children and adults. If they wish to fight their fate, you should honor that. I suppose human logic doesn't fly when dealing with the supernatural. We'll need to prepare ourselves for the worst if we're going to survive. Please take only one mark bearer with you, however. A large group will increase the odds of being detected by spirits. I also ask that you not waste time dawdling on others on the way. It is possibly unnecessary contact. May hasten the effects of the mark. That wasn't read right. It is possible unnecessary contact will hasten the effect of the mark. Only engage when absolutely necessary. Keep contact with others to a minimum. Have a safe trip. Oh yeah, hey mister. Don't you think it'd be a good idea to take notes of what Mary's told us? Your memory's getting worse all the time. We don't want to forget anything. I don't know when I'll lose my memory again. I'll write down all the information I get and keep it in my file. Something in it might just save our lives at some point. First, we have to get to H Elementary. Mary says we're free to use the car in the garage. The garage is detached from the mansion. The vintage model van and bicycles only accent the elegant interior. Thank God for careless people. The car keys was left on the table. Time to go. Hey. According to Mary, you lost a bunch of your memories, right? Is it really okay for you to drive? She looks at me suspiciously. Don't worry, it'll be fine, I think. It'll all come back when I take the wheel. Part of that is to convince myself. But aren't you missing your license? If a cop finds us, we'll have more to worry about than Hanahiko. She's right about that, but our lives are on the line, so we don't have much of a choice. Once the mark's gone, I'll remember. Then I'll just have them reissue it, assuming I ever got one. Now I'm even more worried. Just drive safe, okay? Here we go! I think there's a difference, though, between... there's a difference between not, like, you know, you don't forget once you learn versus you have amnesia and you're not going to remember how to do it. But we'll see. It depends on if the, trigger reflex is still active. Human bodies are remarkable. Back in the garage, I wasn't even sure if I'd be able to drive or not. But the second my hands touched the wheel, I wasn't worried anymore. My muscles reacted quicker than I expected, and it's now easy to guide this monster down the road. Da-da-da-da. But now, thoughts of what I can no longer do start to filter into my head. Hey, mister? Moe pipes up hesitantly. I probably let the silence go on too long. She doesn't seem as cheerful as she was a little while ago. What's it like to lose your memories? That's a hard question to answer. What do you mean? Like, do they all go at once, or a few pieces at a time? What if you're only left with sad memories? I'd hate that. I don't think it works like that, but I have no idea if it's getting worse or better. I don't know what I was like to begin with, so there's nothing to compare it to. In that sense, rather than memories vanishing, it's like everything's been painted white. That's what it feels like. Oh. You sure are mature, mister. You take everything so calmly. The conversation dwindles, leaving only the sound of the tires on the road. Then thoughts start popping into my head again, one after the other. After the other? I know we have to check out that mirror, but what else should we investigate? What do you think? Moe glances over at me. No idea. I can't even remember my own name. How the hell am I supposed to know what we're doing? Oh, please, I'm really counting on you. Think whatever you want. I'm talking to a child. I need to show restraint and be a good example, but that's definitely how I really feel. I stared down at the steering wheel. You shouldn't do that when you're driving. The doll in the mansion. Mark bearers. The mark spirits. You should really look back up at the road, sir. And the mysterious deaths. I feel like I'm going to be buried under all of the crushing thoughts that keep popping into my head. What awaits me down this dark road? I feel a flutter from the mark on my wrist, like it's trying to warn me. My brain might not be able to understand, but my body can sense it. That death is closing in. If that's happening isn't the problem anymore. It's more how long do I have left. How much longer is it? I almost yell, but I manage to swallow it down with effort. I think we're almost there. Really? It's closer than I thought. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. At any time, it could. It's a lot closer than you'd think. There's not much to do with those, is there? Looming ominously in the moonlight, the school definitely looks abandoned. For quite a number of years, in fact. The walls are starting to crack. All the windows are broken as well. I think a thick chain is in the front main gate. Wow. A thick chain! Thick chain is what's tripping me. A thick chain is in the front of the main gate to keep people from going in. Hey, you there! Not another step! Oh, jeez. The enthusiastic voice comes from a man in a guard uniform. He must be patrolling the area. Looks like we got caught. This property belongs to the city. No one's allowed inside. Didn't you know? Or are you up to something? A bunch of people have been coming here on dares since it's... I thought it said peopled again. A bunch of people have been coming here on dares since it's haunted. You aren't one of them, are you? It's haunted? Well, that's what the rumors are saying anyway. It's a giant pain. Moe nods in agreement. It is pretty famous after all. The guard sighs. Anyway, the school's off limits, so you can't go inside. I don't want any trouble on my first shift here. Please leave. Okay? And he walks away. Muttering to himself, the guard makes his way into the school. As we watch him leave, Moe leans over and whispers, "Damn, there wasn't a guard when I snuck in here before. We better not get caught." Shall we? I push open the doors and head inside. Whoa, it's so dark. We can't see anything like this. The moonlight doesn't reach inside. We'll have to use the flashlight. But if we use the flashlight, that guard will find us. Can't do anything about it, I guess. Anyway, that mirror is... I'm pretty sure it's to the right, on the staircase. Huh? As we enter the hall, a small shadow flits across our feet. I turn on the flashlights to find. Oh, Bunny! It's so cute! Was it the school pet? The black rabbit squeaks and runs away. It rushes towards the eastern end of the school. Oh, it ran away. Is it telling us to follow? Yeah, right. I found a holy helmet. And by that, it's full of holes. The fire door is rusted shut and won't move. Ghost. This is it. It's the mirror I saw last time. I'm sure of it. Huh. Just then, a dull pain runs through my wrist, like something is biting into my skin. To distract myself from the pain, I keep talking with Moe. It certainly looks normal. Yeah, what should we do? It's a dirty mirror. All the stains make it hard to see your reflection. I silently face the mirror, bringing my face up to peer into its cloudy surface. As I expected, I can't make anything out. All I see is my own shadow reflected as a vague, shadowy lump. My shadow sways in the mirror. At least that's what I thought at first. I figured the shadow moved because I had. But the next time the shadow moves, a cold shiver runs down my spine. That's not my shadow. Something is in the mirror. Moe yelps and steps back. Well, that confirms I'm not hallucinating. There really is something there. Every muscle in my body locks. I try to look away, but I can't even close my eyes. The figure's mouth twists. I don't want to look, but I can't even close my eyes. It opens its mouth. An odd voice pierces my ears. Live or die. Hey, am I pretty? No. No, you're not. If only I had that red stuff. You oogly. I can't see well. Are you a grown-up? I'm the tallest in my class. Big people aren't allowed in school. Suddenly the mirror cracks. It cracked. Now oh wait, who am I speaking for? It cracked. Now I can't see. No more big people here. The figure disappears. A scream echoes from the other side of the school. Moe sinks to the floor. They gasp in panicked disbelief for a while. I feel much the same. What was that? That was probably Hanahiko. I couldn't say it. The words stuck in my throat. My mouth is completely dry. I can't believe this. I thought I wanted to see a ghost. But to see one that clearly. Moe seems to shake the encounter off and return to normal. Hanahiko's words swirl around in my head. Our situation has done a complete reverse from where we were just moments ago. I can't believe I was complaining about not knowing what to investigate. Oh, anyways. That scream, was that... The guard we met outside. I doubt there's anyone else here. He might have seen something wherever he is, too. It sounded like it came from far away, a ways down the hall. That would be the other side of the school. Yeah, let's go look for him. But if he screamed like that, something might have happened to him. Right as I respond, I hear someone whisper in my ear. Purify with red. I look in the direction of the voice, but all I see is darkness. Mister? No, it's nothing. Let's go. A bird cry breaks the silence. I guess there's a crow or something outside. It's an emergency alarm. I open it and shine the flashlight to see if there's anything inside. Found a worn-out talisman. When I picked up the worn-out talisman, I feel warmth flow through me. I got soul power. The worn-out talisman crumbles silently in my hand. It's an abandoned desk. I stick my hand inside and feel around. Got plastic bottle. There's nothing in the bottle. Well, it might come in handy. There's a hole in the wall. I stick my arm in, but the hole gets narrow the further I go, and I can't reach what's inside. Use the tool. I stick the letter opener in the hole and scrape out the item that was stuck inside. Found worn-out talisman. I hear a noise like something slamming against the door. Is someone inside? I shine the flashlight at the door. Out of nowhere, the door bursts open and someone comes flying out. Moe shrieks and falls down. I recognize those clothes. Some kind of plant covers half his face. The part of his face we can see is twisted in anguish as he screams. No doubt about it, it's the guard. What the hell happened? Thorns are eating my face! It hurts! What's going on? I don't know. Hey, Moe sits on the floor, stunned into just syllables. He can scream on his own, I don't need to do that. The guard suddenly rushes towards the entrance. And then, silence falls once more. The only sound left is that of our shaky breathing. Once we catch our breaths, I take Moe's hand and help them up. Our nerves are calmed some, but that definitely left an unsettling impression. Something terrible lurks here. We can't just sit around. I felt like I was paralyzed. I'm okay now. But mister, that guy... Moe stares at the door. I wonder if Hanahiko did that. And I don't know if you noticed, but I got the feeling someone was standing behind him. There's really no good way to respond to that. I let silence serve as my answer. What else could I do? No point in coming here if we're just going to stand here shaking. If we don't uncover the secret before it comes for us. Why don't we check out the staff room? I tactfully avoid answering Moe's question. The guard had run out of there. Something might be inside, some secret about Hanahiko. Yeah, you're right. Let's just be careful, okay? I covered my wrist with my palm, making sure Moe doesn't notice. The moment I'd put my hand on the knob, the mark burned my skin, pulsing along with my beating heart. There's a fire door, and behind it is a talisman. The staff room is chaos. The furniture is upended and the walls are... Was there a fire here at something? Or something? There are black scorch marks everywhere. Phew. Moe looks relieved as they come out from behind me. Whoa, it's totally empty. Anyway, let's look around. Huh? There's a door over there too. It looks like it goes into another room. That's usually what doors do. As I search the burnt post, something falls from the top of it. Found a talisman. Opened the door and left the staff room. It's kind of cramped in here. Is this a storage room? Seems to be. Hopefully there's something useful in here. There's a cardboard box on the top of the shelf. Reaching up, I grab the box and look inside. Got lipstick, red pen, and girls' slippers. Good job, mister. I knew there was a reason you were tall. Because that's my life, apparently. I open the glass door and check inside, but there isn't anything that catches my eye. It's a massive wooden cabinet. It looks really old. The corners of the door are rounded off. I pull on the door, but it just rattles in place. Looks like it won't open. Something's stopping it. Looks like the sliding door has a simple lock, just sticking something in the hole for the screw. The key itself seems to have gone missing. I don't see it anywhere. What's this? Something stuck in the hole for the screw. It seems that wooden thing works as a lock. I'll have to do something about that to open the door. I take out the red pen. If I use the pen, I might be able to pop out whatever's stuck in the hole. Wow, you've got skills. Is it that surprising? Anyway, I need to focus. Suddenly, the resistance vanishes and the pen pokes all the way through. I put my hand on the door and slide it open without any hesitation. There's a red tube inside. Got flare. A flare? What's that for? It's a signal light for emergencies. It's a good idea to always have one in your car. Huh, okay then. But... Moe picks something up off the floor. It's a thorn about as long as my pinky finger. That's what was in the hole. This is not a coincidence. I bet he didn't want anyone to have that, so he put a thorn in the hole. Is he scared of this? We both look at the flare again. Huh? What? Why'd you turn off the light? That wasn't me. I didn't turn it off, it just went off. What was that noise? Hey, mister, what was that noise? Shh, be quiet. It's a struggle not to yell with my nerves on edge. I hit the flashlight again and again. Sneezing when you should not be loud. Come on, please, the batteries were just working. I feel like I'm performing CPR on this thing. But finally. Got it. The door behind me warps threateningly. My mark burns in pain. Death is already in the room next door. There's no time and nowhere to run. Calm down. I need to find a way out of this quickly. We're running out of time. A way to survive. We've got to hurry. I try to grasp it on it, but pull it out, but unsuccessful. Grab the door handle. Damn, it's no use. Hurry up! I take out the letter opener and shove it in. I might be able to get the handle out this way. When it touches the metal, my mark scorches me. I stop moving for just a second. But I have to do this. Yes, I got it. I grabbed the handle and lifted up the trapdoor. As I thought, a dark hole leads down under the floor. Get in! I shove Moe into the hole. Then I slide down into the darkness after them. Ugh. I fall unexpectedly far, hitting my back against something. I grit my teeth to stop myself from yelling. Something's shuffling around above my head. If we had stayed there just a few more seconds. I grip my burning wrist with all my might. I must endure the pain for now. I can hear anxious panting. Moe must be right next to me. They're shaking so hard I can see it from the corner of my eye. I brace myself, expecting the trapdoor to break open any second. But the shuffling noise finally grows distant. Is it okay now? Yeah, I think it's gone. Suddenly my wrist isn't hurting anymore. Thank God, I thought we were done for this time. Anyway, where are we? What in the world is this room? I'm surprised this place exists beneath the school. Can you turn on the light? Yeah. I cautiously press the switch, being careful not to make any noise. The scene captured in the light of the flashlight sends shivers down my spine. What? Moe slaps a hand over their mouth. For a few moments, all we can do is stare in silence. A disturbing scene more horrible than anything I've ever seen before spreads out before us. I gotta say, I'd say that flowers coming out of not a living corpse, but a fresh corpse versus skeletons, probably a little more scary.